It's lights out, and we're racing in the sprint here in the British Grand Prix. It's a brilliant start from pole position. He has absolutely nailed it on the factory Yamaha, hasn't he? The number 20 of Fabio Quartararo. Bagnaia's been aggressive on the inside of Alex Marquez, but around the outside of both Alex and Pecco Bagnaia. Briefly went Marquez. He's up into third. Bagnaia was briefly up into second, wasn't he? He's going to get picked off now for fourth by Fermin Aldeguer. So from second to fifth, Bagnaia's gone in 3 corners. In the slipstream goes the 93 of Marquez. He goes side by side with Quartararo, and he hits the front on the brakes going into turn 15 at Stowe for the first time. Quartararo's now yielded second place to another Ducati, to another Marquez. Well, we said it was a familiar field to have Mark at the front of a sprint. It's a very familiar field. Oh, head shake from Marquez. He's run right out to the marbles there. He's going to just cut back, is he, to the inside? No, Alex around the outside. So having got to the front, that was a big mistake by Marquez. He was down at Village Corner yesterday, wasn't he? He was nearly down again.
Let's have another look then at what happened into Village Corner on that second lap. We saw him getting very unsettled and just sailing wide. And look at Aldeguer doing near enough the same thing. It cost him even more ground than Mark's mistake.
Yeah, and you can just see Mark having a good long glare to his right there. He knew that there was nothing he could do to stop Alex. Out of the slipstream comes to Gian Antonio. Here he is, that's the move made. He set it all up by being on Quartararo's rear tyre through Chapley. He's got the inside line there. There's nothing Quartararo can do. Fair play to Quartararo. He really did try and tough it out on the outside there. But finally, the Gian Antonio does win the battle right now of the Fabios.
Bagnaia was lapping about a half a second off the pace of the Marquez brothers up the road, but Gian Antonio is doing similar sort of lap times to the top two, and he's now threatening a sprint podium. That bronze medal is now up for grabs between Bagnaia and Gian Antonio. And Gian Antonio, who looks like he might be the first Ducati rider to make an attack.
This is the happiest we've seen Digia since sort of Qatar time, hasn't it? Austin time. He's been sort of strangely out of sorts over the last couple of Grand Prix, chasing his tail setup-wise on that GP25.
Gian Antonio is now through on Pecco Bagnaia. Did Bagnaia make a mistake into Abbey, or did Gian Antonio just force him out of the way? Either way, Gian Antonio is through. Bagnaia knows he's got to fight hard for these points, and he's straight back up the inside.
Didn't ride around the outside of him, going through farm. Once again, they go side by side. This is 3 moves in 3 corners now between Bagnaia and the Gian Antonio. This is dragging Quartararo right back into this podium battle, isn't it, as it stands right now?
Just look on corner entry, just look, Bagnaia just unable to do anything up against Gian Antonio. Quartararo now is sniffing that 4th place, and surely he's going to take any opportunity he can get. Zarco's also closing in. Bezzecchi's also closing in. The pain might not be open for Bagnaia yet.
Bezzecchi has got some good late race pace here in the sprint. He finds a way through on Zarco. He's going to try and pick up some slipstream now behind Quartararo's factory Yamaha. He's got the inside line, that's lovely. Into Brooklands. Bezzecchi then on course now, definitely for a season best 5th. Here's Bezzecchi. Can he attack Bagnaia on the brakes into Stowe Corner? No, not quite close stuff. Bagnaia will have heard that factory probably behind him. He'll know he's right on his case at the moment. Of course, those two, it was Bagnaia and Bezzecchi, had a bit of a almost coming together there, didn't they, in the Grand Prix a couple of years ago, the end of that Hanger straight. How close is that?
Bezzecchi then up the inside of Bagnaia. Bagnaia's sprint gets even worse, although he's fighting hard for it. Almost contact there between the 2 Italians. Bezzecchi forces it up the inside of Bagnaia, who loses more ground, and Quartararo might make it worse yet. Bagnaia down to 5th.
And now it's a battle between 2 more compatriots. France versus France further back. Quartararo and Zarco also sent in as maybe a top 5 here for those two.
So Aprilia has just passed Bagnaia. Could a Yamaha and Honda do the same? Zarco now just elbows Fabio Quartararo out of the way. There was barely a gap to really go through, but Zarco made one.
Don't know about blue on blue. That was Le Bleu on Le Bleu, wasn't it? Zarco forcing his way through at Luffield. That was aggressive. He really does want his best sprint so far on the Honda. Could get even better here. Look at the corner speed he had. Through Copse he went and just into Maggis and Beckers. Easy as you like on Bagnaia. Alex comes out of the final corner and he wins his first sprint of 2025. Finally, we have a new sprint winner in 2025. He goes by the surname of Marquez, but this time it's a different first name. Congratulations to Alex Marquez.
But gold today presented by Marcus Smith, who we heard from on the grid. England Rugby Union fly half. Well, flying higher than the rest today was Alex Marquez. A second sprint success at Silverstone.